G'day people, I'm Sharyn and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about concealed or invisible zippers, and we'll start by having a look at what's the difference between a normal zipper and a concealed zipper. This is your regular zip. It's got cotton tape. You can see the teeth and the regular sort of zip pull on it. This is a concealed or invisible zip. You can't see the teeth. The tape is sort of nylon and the pull tab is like a little teardrop. On an invisible zip from the back you can see the coils and they look almost the same as this, but the difference is when they're open these ones will actually fold out and they don't do that on a regular zip. First, for the sake of your sanity, finish off the edges of the fabric where the zip is going to be between them the whole way down before you start. My fabric has been finished off at the edge with an overlocker. If you don't have an overlocker, you could do a Hong Kong finish, or you could just fold some of the fabric under and zigzag it down. Finish that edge where the zip is going to go first. Invisible zips need to be 2 inches, 5 centimetres longer than the slot they're going into. I'm assuming that your pattern has 1.5 centimetre or 5/8 of an inch seam allowances. Reinforce a little bit at the top and then finish off the seam with that 1.5 centimetre, 5/8 inch allowance. That's the first part of doing a zipper. Don't do this after you've made a skirt into a tube. Do it when it's just 2 pieces of fabric. With the seam stitched, the part of it that is still open, where the zip is going to go, needs to be basted shut. Basting means a long straight stitch that is easy for you to take out afterwards. And what we need to do is a little bit different because we're not going to baste it on the same line as the seam line. We're going to go 3 millimetres or 1/8 of an inch further from the cut edge. For me, the easiest way to do this is to adjust the needle drop position 3 millimetres to the left and then stitch with the foot in the same position I had it in before. And that should allow me to do the same thing with the foot as I did initially. You can see that there's my piece that I've just basted, so they're much longer stitches and they're a little bit further into the body of the garment. Now I need to attach the concealed zipper foot, and this one has got like tubular bits underneath it. So I'm going to drop that one off, drop the ankle onto the foot. Go, if it doesn't get it in the first go, you can lift by hand. I'm going to attach the zipper. There's the right side of it. I'm going to open it up, turn it over and put it down on that side. The instructions say to line the teeth up with the seam, but we're only going to stitch into the seam, not into the main fabric. Both pieces of fabric that the zip is going to go between are out to the left, and only the seam is on the right. We're going to come in here and put the teeth into the left hole on the foot. Now I needed to get it started because the beginning of the zip was stuck on the foot, so I needed to let it start. And hopefully you can see here that the foot is opening out the teeth. I've just about come up to the point of the zipper tab now, so I can't go very much further. Mostly you can't see the stitching, and that's because it's underneath the teeth. It's under there. Next, I need to sew the other side of the tape down to the same seam. And that means that there are 2 rows of stitches holding that side of the zip in place. So at this point, both sides, both edges of that piece of tape are attached. So I've closed the zipper, and now I'm going to stitch along the tape on the other side. And once again, I've got the actual bits of fabric right out the way. I'm only sewing through the seam. I've made sure that I've got the tab up at the top, and I'm going to be stitching down the side here. This is a bit of a pain because I don't know where my proper zipper foot is at the moment. So at this point, the zip is attached to both sides, but it's only attached near the teeth on one side, not the other. So we still have to do that other side of the teeth. We need to put the zipper foot back on. To sew the other half of the zipper down, we need to be able to get those teeth open. And the only way to do it is to unzip the zip. So now the basting comes out. Taken the basting thread out, and I need to open the zip, and we have to do this side of the zip, which is sewing to the left of the teeth. And I need to put the teeth through the hole in the right of the foot. I need the teeth to be on the right side. I'm stitching on the left side. Getting as close as I can to the end here. So I've stitched that now. Go to the right side. So you can see I can undo that now. And there's the green teeth. Do it up. But if I pull on it, it does expose the inside of the zip. So you do need to be able to have a zip that matches your fabric. 2 reasons. Number one, if it pulls apart, it's not so obvious, but also you'll get the match with the tab. This method has not left me with a bubble at the bottom, and a lot of them do. If there is too much of the zipper showing when you've finished, there is nothing to stop you going back in and stitching it, that bit that's under the teeth of the zip, again, and just going a bit closer to it, as long as you don't go too close, because if you get too close, it will stop the zipper from working. On evening garments where they've got a lovely fabric and the garment seems to be quite tight, but you're not seeing the tape on a concealed zipper, it's because they have the lining of the garment slightly smaller than the outside. So the pressure is on the lining, not the outside fabric. And that means the outside fabric can still close up and look like a seam. Changing the colour of your tabs is possible using a little bit of paint from a hobby shop, but mostly try and get your zips to match your fabric. I hope you've learned something today, and I shall see you next time.